This is News 3 Now at 6.
And thanks for joining us. It is an alert day for storm chances later tonight.
For where and when those are expected to hit, let's go to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canolti with your first warn forecast.
Well, storms are out there. They're actually not too far away from the far northwestern parts of our viewing area. A severe thunderstorm watch has been issued for much of southwestern and west central Wisconsin, west of Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dells line. That watch runs until 11 p.m. tonight. You can see a line of thunderstorms moving through central and parts of west central Wisconsin, just about getting the La Crosse area. Severe storms right now up around Black River Falls. This is part of a line of storms that extends all the way back into Iowa, so the storms are definitely heading for all of southern Wisconsin overnight. Highest severe weather threat is just to the north and west of Madison. Those storms will be weakening a bit as they head toward Madison later on tonight. And tomorrow there's a possibility for an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm in the afternoon, especially from Madison on toward the south and east. As we look at current temperatures, right now 82 in Madison, La Crosse is at 84. Notice Black River Falls down to 71. The rain has cooled the air there. But look at the dew point temperatures, right around 70 or a little bit above to the west of us. So that's why those storms are forming in the area where there's a lot more humidity. Look for showers and thunderstorms overnight and through much of the day tomorrow. Tomorrow's high temperature of 78 will be held down by cloud cover. But if you're looking for heat and humidity, that'll be back by the weekend. We have alert days in the forecast for that. I'll have more details on weather in a few minutes.
Several Madison alders are looking to ban crowd control tools and tear gas from the Madison Police Department.
There are several proposals on this that'll be presented at tonight's City Council meeting. Jamie Perez has details on those proposals.
Right, well, if you remember, last month, City Council voted unanimously to remove $50,000 from their budget that would have allowed the Madison Police Department to purchase non-lethal projectile launchers. Now, yesterday, Chief Vic Wall posted a blog about his officers using some of these weapons to de-escalate a situation and says that removing them or banning them entirely could be more harmful than anything else.
In a blog post Monday, Chief Vic Wall described an incident where non-lethal tools were used to defuse the situation. He said officers responded to a home on Madison's east side where someone was having a mental health crisis and threatening to harm himself. The man had access to a gun and there were kids around. The post said the man walked out with a knife, threatening to harm himself, asking police to shoot him. He then got in his car, sped towards the officers' cars, and officers took cover. Wall said the man stopped and got out of his car before hitting the officers' cars, and then officers used a taser and a 40mm launcher to fire sponge impact rounds. The man dropped his knife and was taken to a hospital for a mental health evaluation. Wall said this was a product of training, culture, policy, hiring, and having the right equipment in the right place at the right time.
So that's why I've really been pushing to get one in every car. So when seconds count, we know that the right equipment is going to be there at the scene to do everything we can to put our folks in the best position to have a good outcome.
But some alders don't agree and say this one incident can't justify all.
I don't like them pointing at one situation and saying, this justifies the whole usage across the board. Yes, I'm glad that this situation ended the way it did. But at the same time, I recognize that there, it could have been other methods of de-escalation that are not talked about in this blog post.
Max Prestigiacomo will be presenting the proposal to ban crowd control tools like the one talked about in Wall's blog post. Alders Patrick Heck, Shiva Badar, and Keith Furman will introduce banning tear gas, although Heck believes crowd control alternatives should be discussed as well.
It's a discussion worth having to, I think, scale back on a lot of those things at least. I just want to make sure we're being deliberate about it and that we give law enforcement an opportunity to develop alternate approaches.
Now, these proposals will not be voted on tonight. They're going to refer them to several other committees for further discussion.
Jamie Perez, live downtown. Jamie, thank you.
Michigan State Police say a 43-year-old man died this morning after being shot by a sheriff's deputy following a fight over mask wearing inside of a store. Police say the argument began inside the store and continued into the parking lot where 43-year-old Sean Ruiz who was not wearing a mask, stabbed a 77-year-old man who was arguing with him. Investigators say Ruiz then drove away to a nearby neighborhood where he was stopped by a deputy. In the surveillance video, you can hear the deputy repeatedly commanding him to drop the knife before they shot and killed him. The 77-year-old stabbing victim has been treated for his injuries. Public Health Madison and Dane County says 138 non-compliance complaints were filed yesterday as the county's mask-wearing order took effect. 102 of those complaints were about Hellbox Coffee in Middleton. Yesterday, we received multiple calls and emails from viewers reporting a sign in the window there reading "Mask-Free Zone." The owner denies the sign ever being there. Public Health says they're following up with Hellbox. They're educating businesses about current requirements and say repeated noncompliance would result in a citation.
Health officials confirm more than 900 new COVID-19 cases in Wisconsin today. While not as high as Saturday's record-breaking 926 new cases, it is a substantial increase compared to single-day reports from earlier in the pandemic. In the past week alone, DHS officials say the state has had more than 5,000 new cases. The percentage of new tests that are positive has gone down about 1 percentage point from yesterday, 6.6% now. Roughly 22% of the state's hospital beds are available, and there are still 900 ventilators available for patient use. Madison's school district asking parents their thoughts on a return to the classrooms in the fall. Our Gabriella Becerra joins us live to share what questions parents want to have answered. Gabby?
Eric, like most schools, MMSD says they're working on a plan that will have flexibility so that they could shift direction as the course of the coronavirus changes. Their three main options include all in-person instruction, all virtual instruction, and a hybrid of both, with the thought that the hybrid method will become a reality. Parents like Heather Driscoll have concerns about sending students and teachers back into the classroom, even for a couple days a week while COVID numbers remain high.
Thinking about the mental health impacts it would have on children who are having to be in that sort of rigid environment where they can't get near their classmates and they have to keep a distance and they have to keep their masks on and trying to learn in that environment.
Driscoll says she would like to hear teacher input on the reentry plan before it's voted on. MMSD says they will incorporate guidance from the Public Health of Madison and Dane County as soon as it comes. But until then, the survey where families can provide feedback is available until July 26th.
All right, Gabby, thank you.
Today, the governor commented on schools reopening, saying if people want that to happen this fall, we need to do our part now.
Fall's right around the corner. And believe me, I am as worried as you are about what school is going to look like for our kids and educators, whether or not we're going to get to watch the Badgers play and how seasonal businesses will operate safely. But the good news is that we have the opportunity now to set the stage for later.
The governor says it's on us to take responsibility for our role in reducing the spread of COVID-19 by staying home when possible, social distancing, and wearing a face mask. He says he supports schools opening, but that he's not in a position to make that call. Many small businesses are struggling right now, and a new survey shows daycares are finding it especially hard to survive. Amanda Quintana is here with how a local child care center is pushing forward.
Weeble World Child Care in Stoughton opened back up in May with 20% capacity. Now it's up to about 80 or 90%. The survey by the National Association for Education of Young People shows of the child care centers that are open, 86% are serving fewer children than before, and enrollment is down 67%. The biggest finding is that 2 out of 5 daycares said they'll have to close for good without additional public assistance. Owner and director of Weeble World, Maggie Gassner, says many centers are concerned, but she feels lucky they've been established with their client base.
We're growing with our new location in the fall. We're going to offer support to full-day programs if needed, if schools aren't in person every day. Otherwise, we'll be conducting our before and after school care as normal. And yeah, we're hoping to, be on the other side of this, and it's just a temporary situation. And we do hope most centers will be able to reopen if they haven't already.
Weeble World is facing many other challenges too. Hiring more staff needed to do drop-offs and pickups outside of the building, along with health screenings before escorting kids to the classroom. Also making sure employees and kids have necessary PPE, incurring additional costs for all of that. Another challenge has been getting 5-year-olds to wear a mask, but Gassner says they're acknowledging their feelings, saying nobody likes to wear a mask, but we have to keep each other safe.
All right, Amanda, thank you. UW researchers are conducting clinical trials to test a new drug and treat and prevent COVID-19. UW Health describes the drug as a, quote, antibody cocktail that's created by a New York-based pharmaceutical company.
Instead of having to be dependent on the donors for giving plasma, which everyone has been terrific doing, but the supply doesn't meet the demand. We need to have other options for people. This is one option. It gives us the neutralizing antibodies in a drug form.
Researchers have selected virus-neutralizing antibodies from humans who have recovered and antibodies produced from mice that have been genetically modified to stimulate the human immune system. UW Health and UW School of Medicine and Public Health will conduct 3 clinical trials, one with patients who are hospitalized with COVID-19, the second with patients who are recovering at home, and a third, researchers who will work with people who live with a COVID-19 patient to see if there's a way to prevent them from getting the virus. The Trump administration has rescinded a rule that would have required international students to transfer schools or leave the country if their colleges hold classes entirely online this fall due to the pandemic. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement announced the decision as a court hearing was getting underway and a challenge to the rule by Harvard and MIT. Yesterday, Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul had joined a multi-state lawsuit to block the rule. He said in a statement today he's happy the administration has withdrawn from this, quote, harmful policy.
New at 6, U.S. Representative Mark Pocan says $50 million will be used to fund a new program to provide noise mitigation grants for communities impacted by military aviation noise. That money is part of the House Appropriations Committee's defense spending bill. In Madison, these grants will be utilized for communities affected by the new F-35 jets at Truex Field. Pocan says more than 1,000 homes near Truex will be exposed to higher noise levels because of the F-35s, and that he's, quote, always believed that if you break it, you buy it. He says while Congress did not control the decision to bring the jets here, Pocan says he refuses to let the people of Wisconsin face the consequences alone. The bill will go to a vote on the House floor by the end of this month. Then it needs Senate approval before going to the president's desk.
Still ahead at 6 as restaurants start to reopen. Milk and cheese prices are going up. We'll hear from an expert on dairy policy on if this spike is enough to help Wisconsin farmers.
There's lots of grown-up fun in the water park capital of the world, but where? Well, where tasty drinks meet relaxing pools. That's where all the action is. Where the rubber meets the road and then meets the water. Water parks, they're here, there, and everywhere. Now, where was I? Probably somewhere like here. Nice glassware. Hungry? There's plenty more where that came from. Where do we go from here? Well, just about anywhere. Wisconsin Dells, where it's at. Plan your grown-up getaway at wisdells.com.
Update your bathroom and get 11% off everything at Menards. Get the best faucet for your bathroom with Moen. This Hilliard bath faucet in brushed nickel finish is $105.91 after 11% off. Complete the look of your bathroom with Dakota Vanities. They offer generous interior storage and a variety of styles and finishes to choose from. Get 11% off all Dakota Vanities. Stop waiting and start saving with 11% off everything. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm a member of American Home Shield, which means this faucet may be freaking out, but I'm not.
All good here.
Something's wrong with my AC. It's blowing pretty hard and it won't turn off. Luckily, I'm a member of American Home Shield. My plan helps cover the cost when parts of more than 20 home appliances and systems wear out. If they can't repair them, they'll replace them.
American Home Shield is the largest and pays the most home warranty claims.
It covers things home insurance doesn't, no matter their age. It's a beautiful day.
I've never felt so good. Give American Home Shield a call to find the right plan for you.
800-261-4630. That's 800-261-4630. Hey, Janice!
watching News 3 Now at 6.
The deadline is coming up this month for Wisconsin drivers who received extensions to renew their licenses due to COVID-19. But the DMV is making another extension for drivers over 60 years old. They'll get an additional 60 days to renew due to the elevated COVID-19 health risk to that group. Anyone under 60 has until July 25th to renew their licenses, or they'll have to pay a late fee. Most drivers between the ages of 18 and 64 can renew their licenses online.
Some good news for dairy farmers right now. Wholesale milk prices have nearly doubled since April. Prices hit a 5-year low earlier this year during the pandemic, but now they have gone from around $13 per hundredweight to $24. We spoke to an expert on dairy policy about this today, and he told us this spike is due to government buying food boxes, restaurants opening back up, and low cheese prices driving up the export market. Now, wholesale cheese prices have tripled what they once were. Our expert told us this spike is temporary.
We are expecting that those prices are going to moderate fairly rapidly on into the fall, but to prices that are more normal for us, not that are necessarily low. These are very high prices right now.
Before prices go down to $16 to $18 per hundredweight, Stevenson said farmers should think about refilling cash reserves and paying off some debt. But he said this is good relief for now, especially since 2020 was projected to be a recovery year before the pandemic hit. Well, after nearly 5 years, Graft is closing its doors. A Facebook post did not list an exact closing date for the restaurant on the Capitol Square, but it will be open for carryout Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week, or until food runs out. The owners say they'll be taking time to create a new space.
Although you won't be able to catch any Mallards baseball games this year, you don't have to miss out on the free giveaways. The Mallards will host 3 drive-in movies that include a bobblehead. With your ticket this weekend at Warner Park, you can watch The Sandlot and Jurassic Park on Saturday and Scooby-Doo on Sunday. You can purchase tickets online at mallardsbaseball.com, and they will give away 1 bobblehead per car. Playing at the Duck Pond Drive-In this Thursday night is The Hate You Give. All proceeds will benefit YWCA Madison and their mission of eliminating racism and empowering women. The film shows the fallout after a high schooler witnesses a fatal shooting at the hands of an officer. There will also be a discussion about the movie at Warner Park next week on Tuesday. We'll be right back.
Get the refrigerator you've always wanted now at the Brothers Maine Big Deal Refrigerator Sale. You'll save big on every Amana, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Whirlpool. French doors, black stainless, and smart refrigerators all come with up to 18-month 0% financing. And you'll get our risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee. Hey, we make it easy to be confident in your new refrigerator. It's the Big Deal Refrigerator Sale with more selection, more savings, and more big confidence only at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Trust the summer lawn and garden experts at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. We have everything you need to create, maintain, and enjoy your ideal yard, all at great low prices. Like $70 off this Charbroil gas grill, just $279.99. This Troy-built riding lawnmower is $100 off, $1299.99. Plus, don't miss summer pet care deals, like a free $10 gift card when you buy select bags of Hill's Science Diet dog or cat food.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Gobin Cars Grand Opening Sale, beautiful Middleton. 2017 Nissan Sentras, Hyundai Elantras for only $79.95 or $129 per month.
That's right. Buy 2017 Nissan Sentras and Hyundai Elantras for only $79.95 or $129 per month.
Gobin Cars is selling 2018 Kia Fortes for only $89.95 or $149 per month.
Hurry in today and just ask for my dad, Don the Dealman Gobin.
Or my daughter, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
For over 25 years, Fry Construction has provided excellence in home repairs and improvements. No job is too small or too big, and your safety is always our concern. Respected in the industry and voted best of Madison, Fry Construction delivers lasting quality for your home with free virtual consultations from the comfort and safety of your own home. Or we will come see you following strict safety protocols. Visit fryconstruction.com and get inspired for your next home improvement. Contact us today.
There's time for adventure, there's people to treasure and moments that no one can hold. There's so much to see when you're wandering free on this little blue world we call home.
warm and increasingly humid day today. There's the potential for some severe weather. A severe thunderstorm watch has been issued until 11 p.m. west of a Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dells line. As we take a look at high-resolution radar, you can see a line of thunderstorms stretching from central Wisconsin right about through the La Crosse area. Right now, no warnings in effect, at least on the northern part of that line. The individual thunderstorm cells are moving to the east at about 30 to 35 miles per hour. Right now, the main threat is from heavy rain and maybe some gusty winds, a little bit of hail possible in there, but you can see these storms steadily moving off toward the east. A wider radar perspective shows the line going all the way back into parts of Iowa. Some of these storms have become severe north and south of Des Moines, Iowa, but again, just about all of southern Wisconsin will see these storms later on tonight. The highest severe weather threat, the slight risk of severe thunderstorm area, is north and west of Wisconsin Dells. That's where high winds, hail, heavy rainfall are the main threats. As the storms get closer to Madison, this threat becomes more isolated because the storms will arrive a little bit later on tonight. So heavy rain probably the main threat, along with some gusty winds. And tomorrow there's a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms over southern Wisconsin, again for an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm with gusty winds and heavy rain being the main threats. In fact, if you look at the rainfall forecast through 8 a.m. on Thursday morning from Future Track, we're showing generally about a ½ inch to an inch of rain, but there are going to be pockets of 1 to 2 or maybe 3 inches of rain in places that get heavier thunderstorms. It's just hard to predict exactly who's going to get them. So because of that threat, we still have an alert day in the forecast for tonight for strong to severe thunderstorms with hail, high winds, and heavy rain being the main threats. And then we have alert days in the forecast for Saturday and Sunday as high temperatures get to around 90 or above. High humidity means the afternoon heat index readings could be up around 100 degrees or even a little bit above. There's a chance for a thunderstorm in a few spots on Sunday that might bring a little bit of a break to the heat. But you can see these storms lining up basically right along the jet stream and along a cold front, which is shifting the winds from a southerly direction to a more northwesterly and northerly direction, and the air is slightly cooler behind the front. The air ahead of the front, very humid. In fact, right now, temperatures are in the 80s here. The air behind the front cooling off because of the rain. But take a look at the dew point temperatures, lower 70s toward the La Crosse area. So those storms are just fueling on that. As they move farther east, the dew points, while still fairly high, are not quite as high, so that will weaken the storms a little bit, again, later on tonight. So severe thunderstorm watch west of a Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dells line until 11 p.m. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms. Some of those could have heavy rain, gusty winds, and hail. Low temperature at 69. Then tomorrow, look for a high of 78 degrees. Off and on showers and thunderstorms, so the clouds will definitely keep temperatures down for tomorrow. Future Track, that line of storms moves through. Notice by midnight, moving through the Madison area, then kind of breaking apart later on tonight. Tomorrow, those storms firing right back up again during the afternoon and evening hours, moving on out later on tonight, and then skies will clear out for Thursday with high temperatures into the lower to middle 80s. Rainfall amounts, again, some areas quarter to ½ inch, some areas 2 to 3 inches, and heavier thunderstorms. Just hard to pick exactly who's going to get them over the next couple of days. 7 to 10 day forecast. The heat's on for the weekend. A little bit of a break in the heat next week. The humidity level stays high, and that'll lead to some thunderstorm chances.
And coming up in sports, Freddie Owens is back in Wisconsin, but while the former Badger will be on the opposite side of the court. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
General Heating and Air Conditioning. Our large fleet of service vehicles are nearby, and our mobile fabrication shops allow us to save you time and money. When your home comfort system needs servicing or replacing, turn to the experts at Carrier and General Heating and Air Conditioning.
Enjoy your home more this summer with a new Champion sunroom. Right now is the best time to do it with the Champion Stimulus Plan. Get 30% off your new sunroom, plus low interest and 12-month no-payment financing options. We make the process easy. We help you choose the best design options for your home. Our install team manages your project every step of the way and backed by our exclusive warranty. Save now with 30% off your new sunroom with the Champion Stimulus Plan. Call now or learn more at championsunrooms.com today.
Summer is here. It's time to grab the family and hit the open road. To make sure your trip is safe, Meineke is now offering free brake pads. Call your Madison area Meineke for details. Meineke Car Care Center is here to help.
This pen will write for a mile. It can change lives too. Just ask Jeff. He'll tell you what he makes at IBVI makes a difference. See how a career at IBVI changed Jeff's life. And see how it can change your life too at IBVIcan.org.
This summer, get back to where you belong, along 60 miles of beautiful wide open beaches, where family vacations have never been so much fun. With every sunrise and each high tide, the beach is calling you to raise your spirits, make you smile, and bring your family closer together. So stop dreaming and start booking, because we can't wait for you to get here. Visit Myrtle Beach and discover why happiness comes in waves.
General Heating and Air Conditioning. Our large fleet of service vehicles are nearby, and our mobile fabrication shops allow us to save you time and money. When your home comfort system needs servicing or replacing, turn to the experts at Carrier and General Heating and Air Conditioning.
Chris Reese is tracking chances of storms Wednesday as the humidity ramps back up.
And Wednesday is the new tax day deadline. But if you've already filed, we'll tell you how your taxes are going to change next year.
See you starting at 4:30. The Milwaukee Bucks had a much-deserved day off in Orlando after yesterday's practice, where they went 5-on-5 for the first time since their last game way back on March 10th. So as you could say, it's been a while since they got up and down the court, and I know what you're thinking. They probably didn't look like the team that won an NBA Best 52 games before the shutdown. Well, you're right about that.
I sucked. I was terrible. No, I was terrible. But, no, you know, day by day, tried to get in shape.
Overall, I was really pleased with the guys, how they played, the way they played. So I think overall it was a real positive. To say they're, ready to go play a 48-minute game would probably be a stretch, but it was a good start.
Freddie Owens is back on the sidelines in Wisconsin, but not as a Badger, as a Phoenix. The son of his former college coach, Will Ryan, added the former Badger to his staff at UW Green Bay. Owens was part of 2 Big Ten regular season titles and a Big Ten tournament title during his playing days at UW. Wisconsin quarterback Jack Cohn has been named to the Davey O'Brien Award watch list, which is given annually to the best quarterback in the country. Cohn is coming off a junior year where he threw for 2,727 yards and 18 touchdowns while completing 69% of his passes. He also rushed for 5 scores and led the Badgers to a Big Ten West title and a trip to the Rose Bowl. And last night, the Waunakee School Board approved a plan to play a conference-only football schedule this fall. That means the Week 1 game against Reedsburg and the Week 2 game against Middleton are no longer on Waunakee's football schedule. The Warriors will also start practice August 17th instead of originally scheduled August 4th. And we'll probably see more of this.
More changes, more discussions. It's going to be a lot because practice is supposed to start, what, in 2 or 3 weeks, basically.
Yeah, and just a lot of unknown out there.
Yeah, right, sure is a lot. All right, Zach, thanks. Gary, final check.
Watching a line of storms right now, north and right through the La Crosse area, but north and west of Madison. They still have a ways to go before they reach us, but they'll probably reach the northern parts of our viewing area in the next hour or so. Look, the Dells area perhaps around 8 o'clock, and Madison perhaps as late as about 9 or 10 o'clock tonight, but watch for this line of storms with gusty winds and heavy rain being the main threats.
All right, Gary, thank you. And thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.